to teasing my old man, because I tell you, Scottish family, it's one of those things you don't really want to have. It's like a brother in jail. You know, but you don't tell anybody about him. So, coming back to our interesting cosmopolitan society, I had this thing the other day with driving in the traffic. You know, driving to town is really cool. I like working in town. There's a certain energy in town, you know, and everybody's like, and they're on this huge buzz, and there's just energy, and there's all the yuppies around in big cars and everything. Incidentally, you know what the difference is between a Ferrari and a porcupine? With a Ferrari, the pricks are on the inside. But anyway, that's one of those things. I'm a Porsche person. I don't do Italian cars. They're like the Italian women. They throw something at you until it breaks. And then you have that problem. So I was driving to town. I was sitting there in the traffic. And it was bumper-to-bumper traffic. And it's one of those things that we seem to do so well in Cape Town is rubberneck. You know, it's like a bad relationship. You're going to break up with some girl, and inevitably, just as they're going to drop the bomb on you, they don't want to see you, they turn into like, Mr. Anderson. That scene from The Matrix where they're fighting in the train station, and that dude bends on Neo's hand back and he goes, "You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability. I don't want to be your girlfriend anymore." It's terrible things, all those dumper lines, you know? Everybody here has had those really good dumper lines. You probably had like, "It's not you, it's me." Or, "I need to find myself." But like, there's all of these classic lines where guys are just like, "This sex is bad. Sorry, moving on. Next." And somehow, they get away with it. But one of these things you can never get away with is giving traffic cops nonsense. So I was in this rush hour traffic, and I saw some guy who was so bored with the traffic that was moving slowly, he put his feet out the window and rolled his seat back because we weren't moving. And so I went around him on the left, and I got pulled over by a traffic cop, evidently from Pretoria, who was on holiday, because he showed me the badge and everything. I was like, "Good afternoon, sir. Can I see your license, please?" "No, I haven't got a license." "Well, get out of the car, please." "No, I can't, I'm paralyzed." Meanwhile, you're like changing gears all the time, you know? So you can see what mental giants they are, you know? You know what happens when prostitutes have babies? You get traffic cops and taxi drivers. So anyway, she says to me, "Listen here, sir. The overfuel in the car," and I had my buddy Willem with me, said, "The overfuel in the car, has he got a license?" I said, "No, he's retarded. Stick your finger in your mouth." And this poor guy just looked at me, "Oh, come on." And that was the best I ever got out of a traffic fine. That was brilliant. I have the situation at the moment where they tell you, "Sir, if you were not driving the car, then you're not eligible. Then you need to tell us who was driving your car." And I think that is one of those comfortable lines saying, "You're not going to get out of it. We're going to get money out of you anyway." And I don't understand how that's going to work. Because the other day, with my new haircut, well, it's not really new, I've had it for about 5 years now, I went to the traffic department to get a new license. So you walk in there and they give you the stupid eye test. "Oh, think talking how many words?" "Thank you." And you get the photograph, and you get the ID document, and you put it all in there, and then you take it to some fat African mama who goes, "Mr. Ray, this is not you." "What are you talking about? That's my photograph." Man, I'm looking at the previous one, and this one, this is not the same person. I can't give you this license." "It's not me, is it?" "No." "They're not going to recognize you." "Oh, good. Well, then they won't be able to put my murder on you either." You know, and it's just one of these things that gets to me at the moment. I've had like this sort of itch and thing about, I don't know what it is. I seem to be running into a lot of problems with the law nowadays and losing. But that's only one of those things, like when you have a problem, like he said, you pull out your ID book, and if you've got money tucked in the leaf of it, you're fine. That's provided they can read your ID book, because then they're going to go, "Yeah, man, this is a funny looking 100 rand, ne? It's got no hair. What's going on?" And eventually they pick it up, and then they let you go. So I've had an interesting drive through here. I thought, well, Stellenbosch at night, this should be good. And we'll have a bit of fun and see what happens. And so a while back, Joe and I were studying full time. And it was really freaky for me because everybody else there was like half my age. And he was...
50?
Yeah, no. I'll remember that next time I'm getting off your mother, okay? Oh. And so everybody was like half my age. And we're sitting there, and this guy who studied with us, who we called the Wookiee, like, you know, that big furry thing from Star Wars, He had so much hair, it was always in his face, so we called him the Wookiee.